A very good afternoon. You're watching NewsX and I'm Shivani Singh. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is set to leave for a 4-day visit to Singapore today, where he will position Uttar Pradesh as the manufacturing hub of India and attract investments in key sectors. The Chief Minister is set to hold discussions on data center infrastructure, renewable energy prospects, and explore investments in agribusinesses and automobile sectors, focusing on UP's $1 trillion economy vision. Now, NewsX is trailing CM Yogi's Singapore visit with my colleague Roshan Gidwani reporting live from Singapore. Let's in fact go across to Roshan, who's joining us live on the broadcast as well. Roshan, when we're tracking the Chief Minister's schedule, what is it looking like? When is he supposed to reach Singapore? And what all are the meetings or interactions that are scheduled?
Yeah, so we are tracking his schedule, and very good day to you, Shivani. Thanks for having me. He's set to arrive this evening, Yogi Adityanath. And of course, he has been interacting with companies in Singapore and around the world. Uttar Pradesh has already seen foreign direct investment in Uttar Pradesh in the past. But like you just said, the key now is to essentially drive the economy of Uttar Pradesh to become a $1 trillion economy, right? So how is that possible? Through manufacturing hubs, like you just said as well. The mission and the focus of this trip in Singapore and Japan from the 23rd to essentially the 26th, 2 days in Singapore, 2 days in Japan. The 23rd and 24th will be in Singapore, and then the 25th and 26th will be in Japan, is to essentially meet companies like BlackRock, Singapore Airlines, SATS, to essentially figure out foreign direct investment, capital investment. If Uttar Pradesh is interested in the aviation sector and how to build that, then these companies in Singapore will be able to essentially contribute to that development as well. And there's more exciting things apart from just capital investment and manufacturing hubs that will boost the economy of Uttar Pradesh. He's also set to meet with companies here who build theme parks, so Uttar Pradesh will see new theme parks. The focus of this visit really comes down to the 500 acres that's being allotted to Japan and Singapore each. 500 acres, that's a lot of space to essentially develop manufacturing hubs and production in Uttar Pradesh. Let me give you some context. The global nanotechnology market right now is valued at $1 trillion. It's set to grow to $2.5 trillion in the future. Just with nanotechnology production alone in Uttar Pradesh, that means that Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath's goal of making the economy there a $1 trillion economy is possible. So with more capital investment and meetings with industrialists in Singapore, this goal is possible. And I will keep you posted on more of his updates as he gets here in Singapore. He arrives this evening and he is set to be in Singapore for 2 days, the 23rd and the 24th of February, 2026.
Right,
Thanks,
Roshan. In fact, if we can understand what these meetings are, because Roshan, this comes after a very long period of time. This is Yogi Adityanath's first foreign visit after 2017. So obviously this holds of utmost importance. And there is a lot of significance attached to it as well. Apart from the government to business meetings, he will be meeting investors directly, like you mentioned. But apart from that, he will also be interacting with the Indian diaspora. He will be interacting with Indian students as well over there. So take us through all those details as well.
Yeah, I can just tell you, even on my way here, Shivani, whoever I had told that I was meeting or interviewing rather and doing this live coverage of Sir Yogi Adityanath's travel to Singapore had great respect and admiration for the man. Like you said, it has been a long time. And as to what significance the meetings will have, it's just like I said, he has allotted 500 acres to these companies to essentially set up their production hubs in Uttar Pradesh. Now, let me dive into more detail, absolutely. So basically in Uttar Pradesh, he's set to make these 500 acres for Singapore and Japan a Singapore city and a Japan city. So each of these areas, I believe in Noida, which is where this land has been allotted, will become a new Singapore city and a new Japan city. And that's fantastic, right? And as far as how the people feel about it in Singapore, and whoever I had spoken with, great admiration for the man. Definitely excited that he's coming to Singapore. Of course, the Indian diaspora supports it, and I'm excited to tell you more as I find out more. But just on a personal note, taking the flight from Delhi to come here to Singapore to cover this event, the Indians that I did meet had great respect and admiration for the man, and are excited about essentially the boost in the economy in Uttar Pradesh. Like you said, it's been a while, but there's already been foreign direct investment into Uttar Pradesh, and with these 500 acres that have been allotted for each Japan and Singapore, the economy really will boom.
Absolutely. And apart from that, when we are discussing Uttar Pradesh's industrial roadmap, that's what you have mentioned, that 500 acres each to Singapore and Japan. Apart from that, we are also looking at some policy stability and business potential for the future as well that will be discussed during these meetings, Roshan.
Yeah, there are definitely initiatives. You know, the one thing that I do want to touch on right off bat is when we think of Uttar Pradesh, yes, of course, there are industrial corridors that will be set up as far as agricultural manufacturing so that, of course, food can be transported throughout states or areas in Uttar Pradesh with much more convenience, right? But there have been initiatives set up by the Uttar Pradesh government and Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath to also maintain the essential cultural significance that Uttar Pradesh has. You know, let's not forget that as we're boosting the economy of Uttar Pradesh, and that is Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's mission, Uttar Pradesh is also home to 3 World UNESCO Heritage Sites, right? And part of this initiative to boost the economy to become a $1 trillion economy is to also boost local artisans' production of their craft. And I think that's a beautiful thing, that the Indian diaspora can also go back and boost tourism in Uttar Pradesh. So overall, it really just comes down to, from my perspective at least, kind of like an eagle's eye vision of the future possibilities that Uttar Pradesh can achieve.
Absolutely, Roshan. Thank you so much for